Hey guys, Kid Kino here. So I was just thinking about what I could do for like just a quick kind of bit of year-end content, because I sort of wanted to leave off the year on something a little more substantial than just that little Christmas joke video, but I realized it was gonna be maybe kind of a lot to rush out another Kaiju binge vlog. And then earlier today I look at YouTube and I see that Blunova's tagged me in Monstrosities TAG You're It 5 more questions for Kaiju YouTubers challenge. So there you go. I guess that's my late Christmas present for you guys. That was terrible. That's staying in, but that's terrible.
If you'll excuse the corny cliche.
So getting right into it, question number 1, what kaiju film have you revisited and learned to love? I feel like the obvious answer here for me is still Godzilla's Revenge, if we're going over just, you know, the scale of like my entire life being a fan and everything. I mean, when I was a kid I kind of dismissed it just because I picked up on that being sort of like the orthodox opinion, and it's, you know, it's bad, it's lazy, it uses stock footage, it's a dumb kids movie. Yeah, you know, I have obviously come around on that quite a bit, and I still need to do a video about that. I have so many videos piled up that I want to do one of these days. I could also say Godzilla 98 for similar reasons, but I've just been all over that in the last Kaiju binge. Godzilla Raids Again, my last video essay. I don't know if I'd say I've quite learned to love that one. I do appreciate it more than I used to after the last time I watched it for that video, but learn to love is maybe a strong word. Gamera 3 also, again, I'd kind of forgotten how solid that movie was, just in every respect. But the thing about that one is I kind of already thought it was good. I'd just gone a long time without rewatching it and was kind of bowled over. I think a good answer for this one for me, if you'll allow me to stretch the definition of kaiju a little bit, but I included this one in the binge, so it's kind of already done. But I'm gonna go with the Mysterians, I think. I've often in the past found this one a little slow, a little bit boring, but recently I've been doing some live streams in the Kaiju Crew Discord showing complete or as complete as possible programs from the Toho Champion Festival, and so I, you know, recently had the chance to see a different version of that movie in a different context. You know, just watching it with a bunch of friends kind of hanging out and seeing a version that's cut down to emphasize the special effects scenes, which I think are, you know, obviously kind of the main attraction there, but they're also probably the strongest aspect of the movie, and they were honestly able to land a lot better for me. You know, just having some folks to chat with while watching. I mean, obviously, especially nowadays with COVID and everything, but even in the past I've done a lot of my movie watching alone, but that context really does make a difference, and so watching it with some friends and everything, and watching a cut that really plays to the strengths of the original film, I appreciated it a lot more that last time around. So for question 1, I'm going with the Mysterians. Question 2, best Toho Tokusatsu film that isn't a kaiju film. So I feel like I'd kind of be cheating if I included anything that I, you know, elected to include in the kaiju binge. So that kind of narrows the range of candidates of possibilities. I still haven't seen The Last War. I have a copy of it sitting on my shelf. I need to watch it. Still haven't seen it. I've heard incredible things about it. I'm tempted to say Battle in Outer Space, which is another one I've kind of come around on a little bit recently. I revisited it a while ago just to check on the subtitles on Mill Creek's Blu-ray, just to see if they were still dub titles or to what degree they were still dub titles. Which it's kind of weird how much the status of the subtitles of that movie on home video kind of bugged me, because it was never a favorite film of mine, ever. But rewatching it, kind of following a couple of different subtitle scripts side by side and comparing and watching the film a little more closely, I did kind of appreciate it more. But for my final answer, I think even though Blunova gave this as his answer, Monstrosities as well, And even though I still haven't seen the original cut, I think I'm still gonna go with Prophecies of Nostradamus, which I have seen in the edited UPA television syndication version, as you can see here on this wonderful VHS under the title of Last Days of Planet Earth. I know this is a pretty substantially altered version, and I wouldn't say that I've definitively just seen the movie. I've seen a version of the movie, but a substantially different version. But it still made a really strong impression on me when I watched it. It's an intense watch, genuinely kind of depressing, even as it is kind of like out there. You don't really get sucked into the whole isn't this wacky, or at least I didn't anyway. It's kind of, even though it is a pretty strange film, it still kind of hits you in the gut, especially with the climate disaster looming over us all, the fucking plague going around and everything. With all that going on, I think apocalyptic fiction in general hits a little different these days. But yeah, no, this one made a strong impression. Prophecies of Nostradamus, yeah. Question number 3, favorite non-Japanese giant monster. I'm tempted to go with Pulgasari for this one. It's just, I love the design. It's just kind of a Chad looking monster. Like it's not, I want to say Rob Liefeld looking, that's not quite right, but it's got this similar, just like it's a big fucking bull. It's got muscles and armor plates on it. It's it's a solid design, and I think the film it's in and the metaphorical aspects of the monster itself are pretty widely misunderstood or misinterpreted, and I swear I'm gonna get to that video too someday. But yeah, I think for my final answer though, I'm gonna have to go with Gorgo, just for being an absolute anti-imperialist icon and being in one of my favorite non-Japanese kaiju films. If memory serves, the entire suit, like the eyes, the ears wiggling and all that, the mouth, I'm pretty sure all of that was actually operated from inside the suit, using some kind of hydraulic mechanisms or something like that. It wasn't done remotely or with wires or anything like that. It was all done from inside, which I think is why the hands are so big. They gotta fit some apparatus in there. But yeah, I think just between being in a really solid movie and being an interesting creation, an interesting piece of craftsmanship, I'm gonna have to go with Gorgo for this one. Question number 4, Godzilla singular point, are you of the excite? I think at this point I'm basically just already on board and I'm kind of just waiting for it to come out. Like, I remember being super hyped when like the rumors first dropped. We got that first cast lineup picture. My Twitter timeline and the Kaiju Crew Discord were just going absolutely nuts while that was going on. A lot of speculation. That was a lot of fun. The trailer was really exciting to see too. But I think at this point, more than being like hyped or excited, I'm just kind of like, yep, alright, I'm on board. It's gonna be a day one watch for me. Let's just wait till it comes out and then we're gonna see it. I'm ready to go, I'm there, I'm just waiting at this point. Just in terms of my overall optimism and interest in it, I guess you could say, yeah, I am excited. But it's not quite the kind of hype and impatience I had for Shin Godzilla back in 2016. It's more just kind of like, okay, cool, this looks interesting, let's go. Let's get it out. And finally, question number 5, Godzilla vs. Kong. Are you looking forward to it? Godzilla vs. Kong is one for which I'm honestly kind of past the point I'm at with Singular Point. It's been delayed so long, which is good because it gives me more time to do the Kaiju binge. But it's just been delayed for so long, and we've seen so little. We've seen a million logos, and maybe 5 combined seconds of footage from the thing. I'm kind of burned out a little bit. I'm tired of waiting. Call me Ray Davies. I'm tired of fucking waiting for Godzilla vs. Kong. Like, maybe that'll turn around a little bit if we get a, if we get a real fucking sick trailer, just kind of out of the blue. Feels like we should have a trailer by now, but, I don't know. It's kind of... I'm kind of over it a little bit at this point. I'm still, I'm still bearing with it. I'm gonna see it when it's out. If I feel like I can safely do that in a theater, maybe I'll do it in a theater. I might just stick with streaming. God, if I'm gonna have to sign up for fucking HBO Max just to see this movie, I swear to God. But yeah, I've kind of cooled a bit on King of the Monsters since that came out, so that's kind of affecting my overall level of MonsterVerse hype. It's definitely affecting how I feel about this movie. Even though I know it's a different director, it's a different movie. I'm still interested to see it. I am, but like I just don't have any more energy for it until we actually get some more definite information about it and a clearer idea of what to expect. Because Jesus Christ, it's been so long. We know so little. I mean, there's leaks, but they've given us so little to kind of chew on or kind of pick apart or just to kind of subsist on until this thing finally comes out. It's just I don't care. I'm a little exhausted. Sorry. But anyway, with the questions answered, this is the point where I guess I'm supposed to tag some other people to do these, to answer these questions. Most people seem to be tagging 4 people in their videos. I'm trying to go a little off the beaten path, I guess. I'm trying not to tag anybody that I've already seen tagged in somebody else's video. But yeah, so my 4, first up, Space Hunter M. Polly, I know you don't normally do just kind of banal YouTuber shit like this, so like don't worry about it, but I'm gonna go ahead and tag you anyway. If nothing else, just to direct any of my subscribers who somehow haven't seen your videos to your channel. I don't know if there's a single one of my subscribers who hasn't seen your stuff, but go subscribe to Polly. Subscribe to Space Hunter M. It's good stuff. In a similar vein, my second pick is Cosmovoid. I know he's back doing videos now, right? At least in some capacity. I know it doesn't seem like he's doing as much kind of casual stuff nowadays, but it's still cool to see him back. Missed him while he was gone. So yeah, Cosmo, if you're watching this, I'm tagging you, I guess. Up third is somebody who I haven't really seen much of before today, but whose stuff looks really interesting and I'm looking forward to watching more. Third up, I'm tagging Paper Fins. And finally, my 4th pick is Golden or Zagorudan. Not your normal kind of content, doesn't seem like either, but I'd be interested to see your thoughts. If you're up for it. But anyway, yeah, thank you guys for watching. I've just celebrated a little milestone over on Patreon. I've just hit $50 a month, I think, in pledges from my patrons, which is really exciting because that stuff is going to it's going towards some projects I'm doing that I feel like are kind of an open secret at this point. I don't want to publicize them quite this much on this channel as to go into all the details and everything, but like, if you've seen my reconstruction work, and you like that stuff, I'm kind of taking that to the next level a little bit, with the help of a friend and collaborator. So, if you're interested in that, please go ahead and head over to my Patreon, the link's down in the description, and, if you got a couple bucks to spare, I know we're in a pandemic and everything, but if you have a couple bucks to spare, even after throwing a couple to Sydney Perkins like I told you to back in July, I would absolutely really appreciate the help, because it is, the kind of work I've kind of dipped my toes into now. It's a good deal more costly. It involves getting materials from private collectors and paying for certain technical processes and things like that, and some expensive professional software. So, you know, we could use all the help we could get with it. I hate being so vague about what the project is on here. If you know, you know, and if not, get in touch with me someplace, I'll tell you. But yeah, thanks so much to my current patrons, especially Bob Burns, who's, you know, brought me up to that little milestone there, as well as Exploder Button, John Paneer, and Ryan Clark. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you guys in the new year. I know 2020 itself doesn't have any kind of metaphysical properties that are, you know, intrinsically shitty, and things aren't gonna suddenly turn around in 2021 just overnight, but it's still... Listen, the New Year's a time to be fucking optimistic, and I feel like being fucking optimistic. So, yeah. Happy New Year. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. It's Boxing Day as I'm recording this, but whatever. Thank you guys so much for watching and supporting the channel. I'll see you next time.